Hello ladies and gentlemen, and today we are bringing you another comparison video. I'm Torski, and welcome to my channel. And that's about as long as I can do that accent without cracking up. How's it going, everybody? We have another comparison video series, or another comparison video to add to the series today. We're gonna have this one be the budget imports from Turkey comparison video. I have 3 different options to choose from here, all roughly around the same price range and the same caliber. I figured this would be a nice comparison for people that are looking for budget-friendly options for pistols for home defense, things like that. Especially nowadays when all pistols are getting so expensive, the prices are doubling on some. Finding a good budget option is a must these days. So, if you liked the video, I hope you give it a like. That always truly helps. Subscribe if you want to see more of this series, and we're going to go ahead and jump right in. So introducing from left to right. On the left we have the Tisas Zigana PX9. You've probably seen these on Classic Firearms. That's where I picked this one up from. All firearms in this video are unloaded. I will safety check all of them for you here. But that is the first up on the left. In the middle, we have the SAR ST9. Again, all 3 of these are 9mm. See, nothing's in there. Safe. Also another great option. And on the far right, we have the SAR 9 pistol. All 3 of these are from Turkey. They're all imports. 2 are SAR, the other one is Tisas, but they're all roughly the same price range. And that price range is right around $300. So, starting off, you've seen these on Classic Firearms, the Tisas. These run around $299. You can get the ST9 for a little bit under $299, and you can pick up the SAR 9 for a little bit over $299. So, give or take a little bit from $300. I figured this would be a really good comparison, probably a little bit more accurate than some of my other comparison videos. So let's hop in. Plus, these are things that people generally don't seem to know too much about. You don't see these come up too much in videos on a YouTube search. So I figured, why the heck not? Plus, I have all of them now, and I'm doing SAR videos, so why not do a comparison? Anyways, I will quit stalling, and we're gonna hop straight in. These are all full-size pistols. They all have roughly the same features. They all have manual safeties. They all have sights. They all have full-size capacities, mag releases, yada yada. So we're not bad there. The only one I would say that's a little different is this one, because I believe it is the biggest in the end out of all of them. It has the most ambidextrous features too. But we'll go ahead and get our data ready, because I made a spreadsheet. Yeah, I'm not nerdy. I made a spreadsheet. But let me get that spreadsheet fired up, and we'll get started on all the different comparisons. So we'll be right back. All right, so first step is we are going to go over the statistics for each one of these pistols. And you can see where they stack up. Not all of these statistics are going to be graded, but some will be. You'll see as we come up. First up is the Tisas Zigana PX9. This is in 9x19, as are all of these pistols. Capacity is 15 plus 1 in the magazine. I see I'm holding it too close to the screen. The barrel length on the front here is 4.5 inches. Overall length from back to front is 7.09 inches. Overall height is 5.47 inches. The width is 1.38 inches. Overall weight with this, unloaded without the magazine, is 27 ounces. So you can see where the Zigana stacks up as far as pistol stats. Next up is the SAR ST9. Make sure I'm holding this the right distance. Also 9x19. Comes with a 15-round magazine. You can also get 17-round magazines. The barrel is 4.5 inches. Overall length is 7.8 inches. The overall height is 5.8 inches. The width on it is 1.2 inches. And the overall weight unloaded is 29.6 inches. I'm reading off of my notes here, because I cannot remember all this offhand. All right, last up on this list of contenders is the SAR, without the dog hair, is the SAR 9 pistol. This one is also 9x19, 15 or 17 round magazines. You can also get an extension on these to make them 19 round magazines. Barrel length is 4.4 inches. Overall length, 7.6 inches. Overall height from bottom to top, 5.5 inches. The width is 1.4 inches, and the weight is 27.8 ounces. So those are the basic statistics for each pistol. So what we will do next is start going into the categories, and we'll show which one takes what category. So let me load up my notes in a different format, and we'll be right back. All right, so the comparison that we're doing is not necessarily on the size of the pistol, the length of the barrel, anything like that. We're not going on a concealed carry kind of an option here. What we're looking at is just the pistol itself for any basic, I'd say basic duty aspect that you want. Bedside gun, carry gun, like duty carry gun, truck gun, anything like that, toolbox, however you want it. So we're not concerned about it being as small as possible. We're just concerned about function. So with that being said, the first thing that we're going to look at here is the weight. In most cases, whether it's a concealed carry pistol or a duty gun or even a truck gun, toolbox gun, etc., you want it to be as light as possible. So we already went over the weight in the previous portion, but we're going to go over it again just to show the difference. The Tisas Zigana is 27 ounces. The SAR ST9 is the big boy in the group. It's 29.6 ounces. This is the heaviest firearm unloaded, and I think it's all due to that slide, because that's a big honking slide on it. On the far end is the SAR 9, and that is 27.8 ounces unloaded. So it's pretty, by far, you can tell the ST9 is the heaviest of all of these. But with the other two being much lighter, SAR 9 is 27.8 and the Tisas Zigana is 27 ounces. So as far as weight, you want the lightest possible in any firearm. So Tisas Zigana PX9 is the winner on the weight category. The second category that we're going to go over is the MSRP, or the regular price. I'm going to combine the price you can find these at in the shops kind of with MSRP, because they kind of relate. As we know, MSRP is always higher than what you can find in the shops. So we'll go over both and take both into account, because honestly it's very similar in the change in price. But getting straight in, we're going to start on the Tisas Zigana. MSRP on these is $339.99. As everyone saw in Classic Firearms, you can get these for $299.99, which is what I got it for. The SAR ST9 MSRP is $299. I picked this up for $270. So that's sub $300. That's the best price I've seen on it, and that's a sale that happens quite frequently. On the far end is the SAR 9. The MSRP is for $379.99. I picked that up for $329.99. Again, not bad. All of these are really good prices for what you get in these pistols, and they're all roughly around the same price and budget. But while the great sale that Classic has on these, easily the best price and the cheapest you can get is the ST9. It's the biggest, but it is also the most affordable if you're looking for a nice budget-friendly firearm for home defense or whatever. And that is the SAR ST9 wins on the price category. All right, right, the next category coming up is for packaging, or the box it comes in. I always take this into account because I'm one of those guys that I like a nice box with whatever I buy. This is kind of difficult because if you look at all three of these firearms, all three boxes they come in are virtually identical. I mean, you get the blue versus the black. These are all pretty much the same size, same shapes, things like that on it, minus different branding and stuff on the top. But how we are grading this is by the box itself. So what we're going to do is hop straight in here. You can see there's a distinct difference between brands. So for SAR, you get a nice pistol cutout in the box, spot for the magazine, back straps. It's the same on the SAR ST9 and the SAR 9. You get the same situation. A nice pistol cutout, as well as some cutouts for magazines, back straps, and such. But easily, the winner in this category is the Tisas Zigana PX9. You get cutouts for everything: the holster, the back strap, the book and magazine. The book and papers are behind this. When you pull out the paddle for that, you can pull this out and a nice little hidey hole for all your books and papers. Holster, speed loader, back straps, everything has a nice spot in this packaging. So by far, I would say the winner in this category is the Tisas Zigana PX9 for coming with the best packaging. All right. For this portion, we're going to go over the accessories included with the purchase of your firearm. What I did is I displayed everything that was included in these boxes out front for presentation, for you to see everything that's hidden away, stuffed in all these boxes. So starting on the left-hand side, well, across the board, you're going to get 2 magazines for each pistol. So we'll just get that out of the way now. For the PX9 for Tisas Zigana, you also get a magazine loader, 2 back straps, chamber flag, you get a barrel brush and squeegee. You get a punch for punching out the pin that holds the back strap on, and you get a holster. So pretty nice little plastic paddle holster. For the SAR ST9, 2 magazines, 3 back straps, also 3 back straps on this one, just the other back straps actually on the firearm. So you get 2 extra back straps, punch, sight adjustment tool, Allen wrench key, barrel brush, but it's a nice cloth one, squeegee, and lock. The PX9 did not come with a lock. That might not be typical for it to not come with a lock, but mine didn't, so I am including that in this comparison. Even though none of us really use the locks, I just thought I'd make that apparent. All right, so SAR 9, 2 magazines, punch, 2 additional back straps, 2 additional sets of side straps, barrel brush, it's nice cloth, squeegee, lock, and of course you get your books across the board. So, as far as accessories that you get, being the cheapest one in the group, the SAR ST9, I'm probably going to do that a couple more times. You get a good amount of accessories for the price, but the SAR 9, you get the side straps as well as the back straps, so you get a little bit more there. But the Tisas Zigana PX9, you get the back straps. You don't have side straps, but they include a holster, loader, chamber flag, everything else that be there. Honestly, because most pistols, especially if you are going to carry it on your hip at any point, you're going to want a holster for it. The fact that this one comes with it, I haven't tested the durability, but the fact that it comes with it does make it a really good deal. So for this category, for accessories included, the Tisas Zigana PX9 gets another point. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear the board. I'm going to get the boxes and everything out of the way. We're going to get a little bit closer of a view, just looking at these pistols, and get this out of the way. And we can get a little bit more in detail for you. So we'll be right back. All right, we're trying out a microphone on this part to see if it sounds a little bit better. Next category that we're going into here are for the magazines included with these firearms. That's not the magazines that you can purchase aftermarket, it's the ones that they give you with the firearms. So starting on the left, the Tisas Zigana, you get these nice 2 metal magazines. Can't really tell what brand they are, it's not written on it. But you get 2 15-round magazines. Nice metal, I like metal. For the SAR ST9, you get 2 polymer magazines, which I really do not like these magazines at all. They're cool looking, but they're very flimsy, they're very light. I feel like these break easy, they even squish when you squeeze them. And the feed lips are not metal reinforced. That's always a pet peeve of mine, so you can pretty much already tell these aren't going to win. For the SAR 9 pistol, you get 2 nice metal magazines. Very good condition. I like these a lot, very well built. And they are 2 17-round magazines. You get 2 of those, both are 17-rounders. So, as you can tell now, the SAR 9 pistol wins the magazine category simply for having the most capacity. And if the magazine is going to be the same size as a 15-rounder, you actually want as many rounds in there as possible. And if you actually look at it, the 17-round magazine is actually shorter than this 15-round magazine. Interesting, isn't it? Huh. So the magazine's smaller and has more capacity. SAR 9 definitely takes this category. All right, so jumping in on our next category, we're going to go with the features of each firearm. This one is difficult because these are all very similar, but we'll go through the details on them and you'll see why I chose which one I chose. So starting with the Tisas Zigana, you have nice sights, you have the firing pin indicator, you have the manual safety, which is ambidextrous. Slide release and slide catch are on only one side. Magazine release is only on one side. You do get the front serrations on the front on the front of the trigger guard. You get a Picatinny rail, front and rear slide serrations, nice ergonomic grip. Going on to the next one, the ST9 for SAR, you get fully adjustable sights, just like the Tisas, also fully adjustable sights for windage and elevation. Actually, I apologize, I think I just fibbed. The Tisas Zigana sights are only adjustable for elevation, not for windage. You would have to push the front sight post left or right and drift it a bit in order to change that. But back onto the ST9. Fully adjustable for windage and elevation. The manual safety is ambidextrous. The slide release and slide catch are ambidextrous. Magazine release is European style paddle mag release, so it's ambidextrous. Back straps like all the others. Firing pin indicator. Front serrations, front rail, front and rear slide serrations. Good feel. Then you have the SAR 9 pistol. Again, you have nice bright sights on there. They are not adjustable for windage and elevation. You can drift them left or right if you need to, I believe, although you might not be able to with that pin in there. So we're just going to be safe and say you can't, because I wouldn't mess with them. You have, again, front and rear slide serrations. You have Picatinny rail, front serrations on the trigger guard. Nice ergonomic grip with side plates, back plate. Manual safety is fully ambidextrous. Slide catch is on one side only. Magazine release is on one side only. The slide release, or takedown button, I guess you'd call it, or whatever it is, that is ambidextrous because you have to grab it from both sides, I think, to do it. Trigger blade safety on the trigger. And those are the general overviews on those. You can see there are other features that I might have not mentioned here, but that's kind of a basic rundown. The actual reviews of these pistols will have a bit more detail in there, and I'm taking those in a review because, of course, I filmed those first. Now, As far as which one takes this category, I'm going to say the SAR ST9 for actually being a true, fully ambidextrous pistol. Righties and lefties can shoot this. It has full elevation and windage adjustable sights, whereas SAR 9 does not, and the Tisas Zigana is only for elevation. So this one has the most features, and being the cheapest pistol on the table here, that's pretty cool. So that's 1 point for the SAR ST9 for features that are available. Category we are looking at now are the sights for each one of these pistols. And this one's kind of a tough one, but I think everyone will probably agree with my decision on it. Starting with the Tisas Zigana PX9, you have blacked out rear sights. They have serrations on them to cut down on glare. And you have a nice front sight post. The thing is, that is actually a glow-in-the-dark night post that has some, what's the name of the chemical? Trigicon in it. It's like a Trigicon front sight. It is glow-in-the-dark. I'll take some photos and put them up here so you can see it. But considering that's usually an upgrade you have to pay extra for, the fact that you get night sights, or at least a front night sight on this pistol, is awesome. Adjustable for elevation, but not windage unless you drift the sight posts. The SAR ST9, you have these nice big white dots, 3-dot sight. Very easy to see, so that's nice. Big blade front sight, also very easy to see. And it is fully adjustable for windage and elevation, so that's pretty nice. The SAR 9 pistol, you have very big, nice white dot sights. Very easy to see, very easy to pick up. Front sight post is sunk in there, kind of like a Glock. And on the rear, you may be able to drift it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't like drifting my sights. I like them to be centered. But that is not adjustable for windage and elevation as far as I can tell. So out of the three of these, we already know the SAR 9 isn't winning this category. You either have fully adjustable sights or somewhat adjustable sights with night sights. Guess which one I'm including? Or which one I'm going for? Night sights. The fact that that's normally a $100 upgrade by itself and you get it for the cost of any of these other pistols is an amazing deal. So for me, the Tisas Zigana PX9 takes the category for sights. All right, next category that we're looking at is going to be the ergonomics of these pistols and how they feel in your hand. This was also a little bit of a tough category, but not really in the end if you think about it. All these pistols come with adjustable back straps and such, so that's kind of nice. They're better than a lot of pistols on the market just because of that reason alone. But we're going to hop straight in on the Tisas Zigana PX9. You do get 3 different back straps that are fully adjustable. You have front serrations. You have this kind of gravelly texture on the sides. So it feels decent. It's a nice grip. All in all, not bad. A lot like a Springfield XD. Next up is the SAR ST9. You'll see here you get the front serrations with kind of perpendicular serrations on them. Kind of just some simple bumps on the sides. And the same kind of reversed serration pattern on the back strap, which is also interchangeable with 2 different sizes. You have a groove on the left and right that your thumb naturally sits into. Just like the PX9, you have a nice groove on the back, a swell in the bottom of the trigger guard, just like the PX9. This one's a little more prominent, so it's easy to get your finger in there. Not bad, comfortable for a large pistol. Finally, onto our SAR 9. This one, you have a much deeper finger groove in the bottom of the trigger guard. You have these gravelly texture on the front, which gives you 3 little panels of it. per finger. It is cut out with finger grooves. It comes with 2 different back straps, but it also comes with 2 different side plates. So you can fully customize the grip to be exactly to how you want it and comfortable. And I'll just say, if you pick up all 3 of these firearms, you're going to know the difference of which one feels the best in your hand. You already know it. Since it's a lot like an HK, the SAR 9 takes the category for ergonomics, as it's just the most comfortable to hold in your hand. It just feels natural. All right, so the final category we're going to look at here is the ease of field stripping or taking down the pistol to clean it. So it's a little bit different on all 3 of these, but we'll go through it and you'll see which one I think is the easiest. So starting with the Tisas Zigana, as usual, you make sure the magazine's out of it. This one's pretty easy because you just lock it back, rotate that slide around, and then you have to pull the trigger to release the slide. Barrel and guide rod, recoil spring assembly all come out. So that's pretty much standard for any. So that gives you an idea of what you're looking at for the takedown on that pistol. For the SAR ST9, takes down a lot like HK's. You're going to match up the line on the slide and the takedown. Push the button on the other side. Push this through. I forgot to pull the magazine out first. Once you've done that, notice it won't come off. Pull the trigger, slide comes off, recoil, spring, guide rod, barrel goes back on. You're going to put that back in, let it go, and you're good to go on that one. For the SAR 9, let me do it in the right order this time. Once you do that, you can pull the slide back ever so slightly, push it forward, it comes right off. The nice thing, and then it's right back on. You don't have to push any buttons or pull any levers. Another nice feature, you have to pull the trigger to get it off, but if the trigger is not pulled ahead of time, you don't have to pull it back so far that you have to pull the trigger. Just pull it without it being cocked slightly, and it'll come right off. Recoil spring, guide rod, barrel, everything is in there. So this one is by far the safest to take apart and the easiest to put back together, because you don't have to push any levers, you don't have to push anything through it. You just put it back on there, pull it, charge it, good to go. So between the 3 of these, which do you think is probably the easiest to take down and put back together? Field strip? Out of all 3, this one you have to pull the pin actual out. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's not hard. This one, it's easy because you lock the slide back and then you flip the lever. But this one's the easiest because you don't have to pull the trigger. It is the safest. And putting it back together, it just goes right on. You don't have to actually put anything back together other than putting the slide on and charging it. So, in my opinion, I'm sure all of this is pissing everyone off, but my opinion here, field strip, the SAR 9 takes it for the ease of field strip and reassembly. We're going to put together all the results, tally them up, get your numbers for you, and we'll be right back with the winner. All right, here we are. We're in the home stretch. I thank everybody for watching this far and putting up with me. So now to give you my opinion to fully seat into the fact why you hate me. We are going to tally up the results, and I'm going to tell you where they all stack. So I'm going to start, of course, with the lowest points and go higher. You probably already know who won if you've been keeping track, but this is just kind of the review roundup kind of thing. So in 3rd place is the SAR ST9. This one has the best price, or I should say the cheapest price, most budget friendly, if you want to put it in a nice way, as well as the most features. So that's just crazy that the firearm that costs the least amount has the most features. That's pretty neat to me. And this is by no means a drag on any of these pistols. It's just my own opinion on a comparison of them. I actually think these are all great pistols. My only critique on them, any of them, would be for this one for the magazines. I would prefer better mags. Other than that, I actually like all three. Okay, so that's enough of me babbling on that. Second place is the SAR 9. This one took the place for having the best magazines included. They just had the highest capacity. Other than that, they were pretty much the same as the Tisas magazines. It has the best ergonomics by far. Like, that is one comfortable pistol. And the field strip is super, super easy. If you field strip the Glock, you get an idea how that works. And it's the safest because you don't have to pull the trigger. So, second place is the SAR 9. So that means so far, the SAR ST9 has 2 points, the SAR 9 has 3 points, and the winner for this is the Tisas Zigana PX9. And how that works, see that? I even shaped them up so they're in the proper order for their places. Yes, I'm nerdy like that. I'm a dweeb. I can't help it. But Tisas Zigana PX9 took the category for having the lightest weight out of all three of these pistols. The packaging was the best packaging out of all of them. The accessories included on this are much better than all of them. SAR 9 came close because of the side straps, but you get the most extras with the PX9. And the next step, which gave it its final point in my book, is that front sight being a night sight. You can't beat that. For $300, you have a night sight pistol that works great. If you've looked at the reviews for these online, there's one particular video where the guy beats the crap out of this thing, and it just keeps on ticking. I think it's an amazing firearm. I am very glad that I bought it, and it's definitely going into the collection. That's not saying the other ones aren't, because I love them too. But for this one, with 4 points, beating out the others, is the Tisas Zigana PX9. An amazing firearm for an amazing price, and wins out on the budget costs for all of these. Or not the budget cost, but the overall value for all of them, in my opinion. So that is it. I hope everyone out there enjoyed this, and let me know if you agree with me or if you think that maybe one of the other ones is probably a little bit better. I'm sure everyone has their opinion, and I'm always happy to hear it. But let me know down in the comments section if you hate this idea, if you love it. Do you have any of these? Let me know if you have them, and let me know your opinions. If you've had any issues with any of them, if they've stopped working or broke, or if honestly you've put 10,000 rounds through it and the thing still chunks on fine. Let me know all that. Hopefully I earned a like and a subscribe on the video today. That would be great. If not, that's okay. We'll try again next time. But that's all I have for everybody today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we will see you again on the next video. So stay safe, keep your family safe, and we can make it through this year. The next one will be better. Talk to y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.